Welcome back to My Life with Plants. I'm Newman, and today we're going to do a mounting right on this conifer. Here we have 1, 2 Vanda falcatas, native Japanese Vandas, and I've got my coil burning here of incense because we have more than 1 million mosquitoes flying around. And I'm going to mount it with this nylon string, but I'm going to shred it so that it's thinner, like this. Let's get rid of that. We're just going to strip it to make it thinner. It should be enough to hold the socket on until it gets well established and rooted onto the tree. This is the best time to do it. We are starting in the monsoon season. Okay. So one's going to be going in there. This one. This hasn't been in here for long at all. Not long at all. You see it's got some root rot already from being in that pot. Now the thing is, when you want to use sphagnum moss, you want to do the moss ball, kokedama. So it raises up, the orchid is right up high on top of it, so it gets more airflow, because these things have a tendency of rotting pretty easily. And mosquitoes come to check me out, enjoy my coil. Those incense coils really work. Just hang it around my waist. Anyway, just got to get rid of this. Yep, these roots are starting to die, so this thing is going to go downhill pretty fast. Yeah, it's kind of not a good setup whatsoever. So once again, I want to just use a bit of sphagnum, and I want to just spread it out on the top of this, like so, right? So we have these roots that are spread out so that they can grab onto the tree, and the sphagnum moss is just to stop them from drying out too much. So we have it like that. Okay, now we're going to move you into a position where you can see. Hopefully if I put you here, you can see somewhat of what's going on. Hopefully. Sorry about the wavering around, but I am trying to set this up. I'm another camera person today. Okay. Just a little bit more right now. Okay. The raw, uncut version. So there we go with this. We might be able to put you somewhere on this tree, actually. See here we got this Dendrobium tortulae. So falcata's going to go about there, right there in that fork. I might get lucky and I might find a spot where my phone can sit. You can watch this. I think I'll cut you guys off. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna do it. This conifer has been cut into a flat design, so in actual fact, the thing can be placed up here. Now, like a one-arm paper hanger. Awkward. Right. I'm even aiming this at the right place. I think that's right. Very hard to see. A little bit more that way. I hope it's in the right place. Hope. Alrighty. Spread those roots out on the moss. And let the struggle begin. Nothing's easy, is it? Okay. So wrap it around once. Go again. It's just a matter of putting this one on first to get some stability. And then once we have accomplished that, I will be able to put on another such one. Okay. It was pretty good for two hands, huh? One hand became two. It was amazing. There we go. So far so good. So once again I stripped this down so that it's thinner. Okay, now we're going to go this way. Thank goodness that part's over. Okay, this way. Does anybody else get like the your shoulders? The blood gets cut off on your shoulders, and you just feel so damn heavy. Because of this position. Ended up on this angle, which I really don't like. What's that? Not bad. Turn it on. Where should we go through so we don't have to suffer anymore? There we go. Yep. Orchids going on the tree. And there we go. Back this way again. Eventually this nylon will eventually degrade and come off. And at that time hopefully all the roots will be on the tree. Hang on, just let me. I'm just doing some circles with my arms as the blood's rushed out of them. Leaf got caught. So far, so good. This is how to make things look good by starting off terrible, right? So this is a conifer. It's been here for a number of years now. The tree must be, I don't know, 20, 25 years old. It's facing west, westerly direction. So hopefully Vanda falcata likes it. It's not just once that I pass it around the backwards almost every time I can get it. Okay, I just want to go through there. Pass it through. there's actually not enough more of these plants planted around. They are well worth it. Well, that's on there pretty good. Pretty good. Let me get my scissors. That was a good shoulder workout. Of course, I could have saved myself by just warming up. That would have stopped the blood being cut off. Practically got my arms like stuck straight up in the air. So that's stuck on there pretty good. So yay, fantastic. Yay. Happy about that. And I hope you guys got to see it all, and I hope it wasn't cut off. Now, I'm just going to share something with you. So I live here with my kids, my wife, in this home with the parents. So, you know, there's just certain things that they like or they don't like in the garden. It takes time to have an accord with each other on certain things. Yeah, very comfortable letting me do things in the garden these days. Also, I like the trees. The trees mother-in-law just came out now. Yep. This is great to be able to plant Vandas in the garden. I'm just doing this again, look. Stripping it down. Like so. And then we're going to take this and we're going to go over to Mosquito Town. Mosquito Town. They're waiting for me there. Millions of them. Okay, so we got this little piece that came off the side of it, and I'm just going to propagate. Well, no, I'm going to mount that actually. I'm going to put it back in that pot because it's killing the roots. And this is what the problem I had before when I bought my got a habit of pulling my sleeves up. That's no good. It just invites more mosquitoes. Yeah, so this is moss. It should be mounted up in a moss ball. It's just going to retain too much water. And another thing is that when you water your orchids in moss, okay, a lot of us try to soak the whole root ball, but in nature, when orchids are growing on trees, they're almost 50% of the water is evaporating as the rain is going onto the bark of the tree. It's evaporating. So you should go outside when it's rainy and you have a nice mossy tree and just observe the rainwater. Some of it gets absorbed and the rest evaporates on touch. So we're busy trying to, you know, we get busy trying to soak the whole thing so that it's dripping wet. It's actually not the case on a tree. It's observations that we don't do. We never think of doing that. But it's a good idea to go out and actually have a look at a tree while it's raining. You'll be surprised how much of it dissipates into the air as it falls onto the trunk of the tree or the branches. And then as it's raining, you actually touch the bark or the trunk of the tree, and it actually feels barely moist, because bark is like a big sponge. It sucks in a lot, and it also evaporates the rest. So you are left with kind of barely moist. Right? Does it make sense? The rest of this I'm going to put in here. Now, why have I taken these babies off? It's a reassurance. If something goes wrong, I've got babies left. I've got 2 decent plants here. I'm going to mount them onto the next tree. So away we go. Here we're back at this tree that has the dendrobiums on it. The mother-in-law said they had a Vanda falcata, and I asked her, well, why is it not, did you mount it to the tree? She said, yeah. And I said, why is it not alive? No answer. Well, it doesn't make sense. It could have been a cold snap. Oh, he likes pill bugs. Little pill bugs, look. We're running on this moss down here. Isn't that moss fantastic? And you got this other one here. It's the resurrection fern. Another one in the desert. It's actually a mountain, a lithophyte from Japan. Now, why has Vanda falcata died? We won't know. But that one in the neighborhood, there's 2 of them. They've been in there for 10 years. Okay, they've been through all sorts of hard times. So we just got to pick a spot to attach it to. Need some slater bugs busy there gnawing away on the tree. Oh. Maybe they don't know. They didn't know how to look after the Vanda falcata properly. They mounted it wrong. This is me blowing mosquitoes away. I think we can attach it. This might be a job for the ladder. Get right up there, so I'll be back in a minute. I just thought I'd show you this while I remember that I got myself Pocket Encyclopedia of Orchids. Catleya, Oranthiaca, distribution, Central America. It comes from 1,600 meters. Characteristics: It has like a terete bulb, and it is quite densely growing. Yeah, it's got really long bulbs. Yeah, pseudo bulbs, 20 to 30 centimeters. Stays down here. Just gonna get this lovely orange flowers. It says here that in Japanese that it is very hardy. So it's a very healthy, strong, well, that means strong health. And as regards of culture, it's an intermediate grower that likes some warmth. Yep, intermediate grower, sorry. And it flowers in the autumn. It has everything in here. It's got all the hybrid even in this. This is quite unusual for a dictionary, is that it has all the hybrids in here too. So it has species and hybrids. And a great explanation, because I want that. You can see here, look, Lycaste alliance. So it gives you a map, it gives you a beautiful photo here of its environment. You can see that it's quite hazy and humid. And then it talks about each tribe species of orchid in some detail. Gives you some close-up photos of them in habitat. So we are Lycaste longipetala. Longipetala. Never heard of that one before. It's going in grass there. So this is fantastic, this dictionary. Right? And then it has some culture. How to grow. So this is dendrobiums here, so I'm just going back a bit. Talks in general about nobiles, growth cycles, where to put them, how to take care of them during the year. So this is the kind of book that I like. I enjoy, because I like to read about where they come from. I like photos of where they come from. I like a little background about habitat with photos. 99% of books that are available over here are just talking about how to look after them. They need this amount of light. You put them here. You water them like this. But that's part of the overall understanding of how to grow orchids, and you really need a little bit of background and that kind of thing. And you can remember me explaining about going outside and actually studying the trunks and branches of trees while it's raining, so you can get a better understanding of just how much water to give your orchids. And it's not really that much, even though you may have a deep pot full of moss or bark. You don't have to wet it all the way through to the bottom, because it's not going to use, or it's not healthy for it to be soaked all the way through to the bottom, so that it's got all this wet media. And that's why a lot of people have been trying to just get back to growing things naturally by just attaching it to pieces of bark or cork branches. yeah, so this is great. It's a second-hand book, of course, and it was on my go-to website where I buy my orchids. They sell all sorts of things, of course. It's just people. They want to sell things, and they have categories, and I always look at orchids, cacti, and succulents, and tillandsias. And I've been having a really good success with the plants that I've received. They've been in excellent condition, well looked after. A lot of the growers, they don't charge a lot of money for their plants. Some of them can be quite small. You can even get large ones, and they're very well priced, healthy. You can expect from time to time that something can go wrong, but it's happened to me once, but that's no problem. I don't mind. I have got a plant, every now and then that's a little dry and it needed to be rehydrated. But almost all the time the plants are in great condition. Yeah, so I thought I'd show you this because I'm enjoying this book. And that about wraps it up. So we'll see you again soon. And I think I'm going to do a little episode on my calatheas, the nemesis of a lot of people. But I have some good growing tips that I know that work because I love calatheas. And we'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.